PepsiCo, General Mills, and Coca-Cola, Kraft, PepsiCo, General Mills, and Nestle. Their products include Oreos, Cola, Doritos, mac and cheese, Cheerios, and Sour Patch Kids. The city's lawsuit argues that these companies knew they were selling food that made people sick, but sold it anyway. As a result, San Francisco says it had to pick up the tab by treating illnesses it says are caused by eating all that ultra-processed food. Vani Hari is a best-selling author and food activist. She joins me now. Vani, great to have you. So San Francisco's mayor, Daniel Lurie, said today, families deserve to know what's in their food. We are not going to let our residents be misled about the products in our grocery stores. This is what you've been saying.
You know, this isn't just a lawsuit, it's a reckoning. The ultra-processed food industry is finally being held accountable for feeding disease and not nutrition. These companies didn't just sell products, they sold sickness, and the city of San Francisco is suing them for it. For years, our movement has been shining a light on these exact tactics the lawsuit describes. Engineering cravings, chemicals nobody asked for, and marketing aimed straight at our kids. We've pushed for transparency, we've pushed for safer ingredients, and I've taken the heat for it specifically. But now we're seeing a major city finally put all of this into a legal complaint, and the tide is turning. Big Food's old playbook isn't working anymore.
Yeah, it's striking how much the lawsuit claims that these food companies are following Big Tobacco's playbook, that they are, engineering and designing these ultra-processed foods to be addictive. They're also marketing these foods to kids with Tony the Tiger, and we've got Fred Flintstone, Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, all these characters that are mass marketed. These are all things Big Tobacco did by marketing cigarettes like Virginia Slims to women and lying to people and making it addictive.
You know, this is a very spiritual movement. This is for humanity. I don't know how we can stand a chance against this type of manipulation when a company like PepsiCo has a robot that mimics human taste buds. The fact that Cheetos are engineered to melt away and have this thing called vanishing caloric density when a food dissolves quickly so the brain doesn't register the calories, so you keep reaching for more. And how Doritos are laced with MSG that's given to rats in obesity studies to make them fat, and create flavors that don't exist in nature. The chemicals they create intensify in the brain, and our brains aren't built for that level of flavor overload. The powder that they put on snack food, so it's meant to stick to your fingers, so that dust increases consumption with each lick and each repeat into your mouth. The fact that cereals are marketed to kids to stay crunchy and melt longer to increase the satisfaction hit, to make bright colors look more flavorful than they are, because processed food without them would look dull and gray and nobody would eat them. The fact that emulsifiers and thickeners and sweeteners are
Okay, you convinced me
to hit your dopamine levels.
Coca-Cola.
60% of Americans' diet comes from these seed oils. These seed oils start with genetically engineered seeds designed to withstand heavy doses of Roundup glyphosate that's sprayed on them that's linked to cancer. Then they are heated to a point where they cause a lot of byproducts that are harmful to human health, and then they're extracted with a chemical solvent like hexane that can remain in the product. The FDA doesn't actually test to see what residues remain, and then they're deodorized because they smell terrible after all that processing, and then they bleach it with chemicals that you don't have to put on the label of these different seed oils. So you can see
they're on nearly every shelf in nearly every grocery store across the country. Ultra-processed foods now make up over 50% of the American diet.
Our case is about companies who design food to be harmful and addictive.
In San Francisco today, City Attorney David Chu announced the first government lawsuit of its kind against 11 companies that manufacture ultra-processed foods, including breakfast titan Kellogg and beverage maker Coca-Cola, accusing them of using unfair and deceptive marketing to sell food.
We've known for a long time that the ingredients in many of these ultra-processed foods are unhealthy. Why now?
We have all suspected for a long time that food that is not food were likely not good for us, but it took many years for the science to catch up.
Research has linked ultra-processed foods to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and cancer. In a statement, a trade group representing many of the companies named in the lawsuit said there is currently no agreed-upon scientific definition of ultra-processed foods, and that calling them unhealthy is misleading to consumers.
There's a clear definition in California law on what ultra-processed foods are. We look forward to having that discussion in court.
And San Francisco has a history of taking on big business. They previously sued and won multi-million-dollar lawsuits against big tobacco, lead paint, and opioid manufacturers.
All praises on Nagudi Ha Bashim Shah Bashim Kakodash. Just a quick lesson, man. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Psalms 64 and 2. And we need to be praying, man, you know, that the Lord hastens his destruction upon Babylon the Great, man, you know. All right. And hopefully delivers us out of this place, man. All right. So a first of its kind lawsuit after all these years, you know, the FDA, you know, all of them just been feeding us just poison. All right. And getting away with it. They knowingly knew it. And how we know? Because the Lord said they was going to know. Right? Let's read this. This is verse 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. See, they have counsels about these things, how much poison to put inside the food, okay, to affect the children, to affect their brains. All right. They have counsels whether to put lead in paint. All right. They have counsels. They sit down and talk about these things and come up with, all right, well, we'll put this much in, just, and they know that over time, because they're always experimenting on shit. They know that it's going to kill you over time. They knew exactly what they were doing. This is a part of their Georgia Guidestone's number one commandment. And it said, maintain humanity up under 500 million, man. All right, so these devils, they know exactly what they're doing. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, the workers of sin, the workers of iniquity. It says, all right, who whet their tongue like a sword, going into their policy, their legislation. They had to push legislation to put poison in your food. They all agreed upon it. All right, they agreed upon making you sick. Because the more you're sick, the more you get to go to the hospital, the better, the more money they make. Don't you understand? And bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot. And those arrows, right? Those are snares inside the food, in the air. I mean, all around America, the water is contaminated with forever chemicals. And how is that gonna, how are they gonna get the forever chemicals out? Right? They're not worried about that. They know that you're still showering with it. You might be buying a bunch of bottled water, but you're still showering with these chemicals. So we just need to get the heck out of here. All right? Like, everything around us is death. Like, this devil has surrounded us in death. That's why America is the valley of the shadow of death. All right? It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Yeah, so you shoot in secret. It's almost like one of those commercials, right? You know, they'll provide a commercial about some kind of, they want you to take something, and then at the end of the commercial, it'd be little bitty words at the bottom of the commercial, and the people in the commercial, they look happy, but then it'll say stuff like, oh, it can cause you to die or cause you to have stroke. It'll say it really fast, like, blah, 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 blah. They're really fast saying it. They know you ain't listening to that. And then you catch it sometimes, like, oh, they said that could probably make you die. But why don't people look all happy? Consult you, this, that, and the other. Like, everything they promote is a damn snare, man. That's why we just need the Lord. This place is literally the shadow of death. They literally trying to kill you. Knowingly. They had a counsel about it before they did it. This is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Esau, Edom, the wicked elites, Black Rocks, Vanguards, all these people, man. Those small hats over there. They're the devil the Bible speaks of, man. Don't you understand? The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. Let's just get it out the way. The wicked of the whole world that goes around countries and stealing, robbing countries of minerals and things like that. Rob its own country, sending billions and trillions of dollars to Ukraine and Israel while their own people here are struggling, working 70 hours a week, not able to retire. This is a damn devil. Don't you understand? Poisoning your children through the food, through poisoning you, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Subtly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of land snares privily, meaning privately. They commune, meaning they get together. They get together and lay snares. Snares are traps. They got the money. They set up the situation to poison you. They put it into law, write it into policy, different revisions to poison you and to kill you off, and to make you desolate, to make you suffer. Charge old ass lady $1 million for a prescription. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of land snares privately. They say, who shall see them? See, they think the Lord ain't watching. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Yeah, so everything they do, they already went through all types of probabilities as to what's the outcome going to be before they do it. They got think tanks. They're constantly thinking about things. They know that AI is going to take over. They know that these robots and shit, they know that they're trying to kill people. They know that they were trying to make people sick by putting poison in their food. They knew that before they came up with these things. Anyway, shalom.